Well, next week, thousands of high school juniors are going to sharpen those #2 pencils and take one of the most important exams in their young lives. The SATs will be administered next Saturday. So this morning, we're going to give students a little SAT 101. Hope you're up and listening, kids. If not, parents, nudge them out of bed. This is important. Scott Farber, who's president of A-List Education, is here this morning to give us some insight. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming in.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure. Your company, of course, you're consultants. You work with schools and individuals. You provide tutoring, get people ready for the SAT.
Absolutely.
This test is truly important. It's like the culmination of 4 years of testing for these kids, right?
That's exactly right. I mean, this test is hugely important when it comes to admissions. When students are applying to school, their GPA certainly matters, their extracurriculars, their resume, all of that. But the SAT and the ACT provide a baseline for comparison. So hugely important stuff.
What's the difference between the SAT and the ACT? It's been a minute since I've been out. You know.
They're pretty close. They're testing the same concepts over and over. Do you speak English? Can you read? Can you use a calculator? Can you actually think? But the way they're set up is a little bit different. The ACT is a much faster test. There are more questions in fewer minutes. They don't test vocabulary explicitly the same way the SAT does. There's one section that's different that's called the science section, but that's really just about reasoning and data and graphs.
Do they carry the same weight, or what kind of student should take which kind of test?
They're basically the same test in terms of how colleges look at them, so no one test is preferred to the other.
Okay, all right. So let's talk a little bit about prepping. We hope that most of you have already done your studying, children, but they have one more week left. And you talk about the importance of a study calendar, like every day this week leading up to the test to do something. Let's talk about that.
Absolutely. If you don't plan things out, things are not going to go well. We've got a week to go for the test, and doing a little bit each day to just refresh all the different pieces of the test can be hugely important. The SAT is on Saturday, so on Monday, do the reading section. Review all the different techniques and concepts that you've learned, study some vocabulary a little bit each day. On Tuesday, take a look at the math. Break down all the concepts, the techniques, do a practice section. These sorts of things can be hugely important. And when you get to Friday, you should have done all of the work before you get to Friday so that there's no stress the night before. Good night's rest, hugely important. Saturday morning, wake up. Give yourself plenty of time to adjust to the day before you walk in to take the test. You don't want to just stumble out of bed and walk right in. You got to warm your brain up a little bit. You need to read a little bit before you go. You need to have a good breakfast. Definitely bring plenty of food and water, drinks to the test as well.
Because you get to take a little break in between.
Absolutely.
And
you burn a lot of calories doing this.
A lot of calories at the working that #2 pencil, right?
Not even joking. You actually burn more calories doing all of this thinking. Chess masters during the course of a tournament will burn more calories than an NFL football player.
You are making that up.
I am not.
I've got to play more chess. Okay. Okay. So let's talk about some of the tools that we're incorporating now into taking this test. Like you go online, of course, there's the question of the day you know, but also you can turn to your smartphone for help. Let's take a look at vocabulary videos, right? Vocab video?
Absolutely. So vocab videos is what we took the 500 most frequently appearing SAT words and we turned them into 30-second video clips so that students can have a visual, verbal, and auditory cue to help them remember words. There.
Let's look at one.
Surreptitious. Done or made secret by stealthy means.
Dear Nina, we've been working together for about 13 days, and I just think you're so smart and funny, and I want to take you on a date if you want to.
Dudley surreptitiously announced his love for Nina, writing her a secret note while no one was looking.
That's great. That's really great. It keeps kids interested. It was really funny.
Absolutely. That's the plan.
And now you can use your iPhone, though, as well, right?
Absolutely. For iPhones and Droids, we created a digital app with our partners at Study Blue. So all of those words that appear as videos can then be turned into 30-second video, or from the 30-second video clips into digital flashcards. So you can actually study the words on your phone. So for students who think they're really, really busy, they don't have time, they can't carry around flashcards, don't be ridiculous. The phone's in your pocket. No excuse whatsoever.
And they all have them, so no excuse. Listen, that's really great. You have a website where you can get these tips off your...
Absolutely. Vocabvideos.com and alisteducation.com.
All right. Scott, thank you so much. Great help. What was your SAT score?
Well, it was a 1490 when I was in high school.
You go, boy. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Scott. And there's still a lot more ahead on Today in New York.